That's right. The new law took effect on December 18, 2024, and the Kern County District Attorney's Office said they have filed felony charges against a man under the new Proposition 36 law after he allegedly stole from the Target at the shops at Riverwalk and has a history of theft-related convictions.
A new year is bringing a new crackdown on retail theft in the state of California. Prop 36 is already in effect, which includes harsher penalties for some drug and theft crimes. And as Wilson Walker reports, there are other related laws that will take effect in the new year.
Kern County's first felony case under Prop 36 played out in court Monday. This man, Dustin Towery, and another man allegedly stole 2 electric scooters from the Target at the shops at Riverwalk earlier this month. The 2 electric scooters' combined value was $879. Until December 18th, that crime would have been considered a misdemeanor, but due to Prop 36, that's now a felony.
Thank you, California, for finally getting it together and admitting that retail crime, retail theft is a real issue in the state of California. I am a business owner. I know a lot of you out there who are watching this video are business owners. And the last thing that you want to have to be worried about is having your store broken into. You have to go and file insurance claims, and you only have to file a couple of insurance claims before you're uninsurable. And if you're uninsurable, you have to close the doors to your business. Businesses should not have to close their doors because the very government to whom we are paying taxes are not doing their job and holding these individuals accountable who are breaking the law. You just heard at the opening, this criminal went out and he tried to steal 2 electric scooters from Target. And just a few weeks ago, this would have been a misdemeanor. What is the definition of a misdemeanor? A misdemeanor means that you are going to serve less than 365 days in jail at a maximum, and you're going to get a fine that also has various state maximums. But once it becomes a felony, you can be charged and you can be remanded to the state for more than 365 days. So ask yourself, if the penalty is too low, do you think individuals are going to be motivated to commit less crime if they're already predisposed to antisocial behavior?
So they hit the whole front. We have to replace the whole window, the rolling doors, and it's even the counter, they pushed it all the way to over there.
For Abdel Al-Shari, the past week has been spent putting his business back together again after burglars rammed through the front with a car. He says it's the kind of setback and cost he and his neighbors simply cannot afford.
We've been here for almost since 1998. So yeah, we have a lot of people here, old people, they need the store, and it's a lot of work.
Well, starting Wednesday, California will roll out more than a half dozen new laws aimed specifically at retail crime. AB 1960, for example, increases jail time for people who steal or destroy more than $50,000 worth of property. Others increase punishments for large-scale organized retail theft and possessing large quantities of stolen goods. Another lets business owners seek restraining orders against people who steal, vandalize, or assault employees. And then there are car burglaries.
And they took us our passports, my computer.
Senate Bill 905 from State Senator Scott Wiener means victims will no longer have to prove their cars were locked. This was a loophole many in San Francisco wanted closed for years. Wiener spoke with us about the shift in policy back when the bill was signed.
Yeah, when it comes to public safety and criminal justice, there's always swings in the pendulum.
And that shift is also evident in Prop 36, passed by nearly 70% of California voters. It is already in effect and being used in San Francisco.
We are going to be adding to that a layer that is reinforcing what the voters and the people of California have said, which is that for repeat offenders court, we have to be doing more.
This counter pushed all the way, even the shelf was all the way over there, and we have to push the whole counter back to the same place.
So the public has asked for more accountability to stop the scourge of brazen retail crime. The question now for business owners like Al-Shari, will it work?
I think so. I think if there is a punishment for the stuff they've been doing, they're going to stop doing it, hopefully it work out and help the small businesses and other businesses in Oakland, you know.
There's another very popular video going around the internet. 3 young African-American females went out and they shoplifted from an Ulta. The amount that they shoplifted was above $1,600. They got arrested and charged with a felony. Listen to these geniuses talking about what happened to them or what's going to happen to them when they're in the back of the police car being recorded by the camera inside of the police car.
It's the video that's gone viral. Seal Beach police say 3 women were caught on camera stealing from an Ulta beauty store earlier this month. Police say they stole more than $1,600 worth of items. All 3 women are from Southern California and between the ages of 24 and 26. They tried to get away in the parking lot, but police quickly detained them.
Felony? New laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County. They don't play. That's why I asked what county is this. That's where I went to jail last year and got on probation for a year for stealing out of Target.
The women were also linked to a theft at a nearby Kohl's store. The alleged crime comes shortly after California's Prop 36 took effect. The new law creates stricter penalties for organized theft.
You hear the young lady saying to the other young lady, yes, robbery now is a felony. I tried to rob a store last year and now it's a felony. Ask yourself, is this young lady who said this is a felony, is she the friend of the other young lady that they walked into this store? The one young lady who said it was a felony, obviously she knew that the law changed. The other young lady didn't know that the law changed. So you've got these 3 dummies who fit the usual description. Let's just be honest. They fit the typical description: young, African-American, female, urban, going outside of their community, breaking into these stores, stealing makeup or stealing whatever you steal from Ulta. Now they're dealing with a possible felony. But right on cue, you've got the local politicians who are going to play the race card, and they're going to play it in 3, 2, 1.
Prop 36 reminds me of the bipartisan failures we should have learned from over the last 3 decades.
Some Democratic lawmakers, criminal justice, labor, and other community groups urging California voters to reject Proposition 36.
Want to reverse us back to those days where they could lock up as many black and brown people as possible.
We are not going to stand here and allow this war on drugs 2.0 to move us and our communities and our babies back. We don't need law enforcement to be the first interaction with someone who is vulnerable.
Oh, this is the crime bill 2.0. We don't want a repeat of what was going on in the 90s. Okay, you might not have ever heard another black person say this. I say this on my radio show all the time, on terrestrial radio in Chicago, Illinois. But let me go ahead and say it about the crime bill in the 1990s and what's going on today in California with Prop 36. This bill wasn't written to target black people. You saw at the opening that there was this white man who was being charged with stealing the 2 electric scooters from Target. So these laws, the laws that were passed in the 90s and Prop 36 being passed in California today, are not being passed to target particular ethnicities of people. These laws are being passed to target behavior. And I, as an African American, I don't care what race you are if you break into my store. If someone kicks in my front door right now and they come into my house with masks on, with guns drawn, I'm not gonna say to them, whoa, 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 pull your mask up. Oh, you're black? Man, have at it. Go ahead. The television's in the basement, the safe is over here. Go ahead, just take whatever you want because you're black and I'm black. So I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna call the police because we're the same skin color. No, we've got to stop making excuses for bad behavior, for antisocial behavior. And these Democrats, I don't know why they don't get this point. This is why you lost the election this year. The 3 most important issues to voters in 2024 was the economy, immigration, and crime. Nobody cares about what the color of the person is who's robbing you. No one cares about the color of the person who's robbing your store or breaking into your home. All Americans want is they want to be safe, and they want police officers to do their jobs. If more black people in a particular area are committing these crimes, oh well, you've got to do the time. If you don't want to be in jail, these 3 young ladies who were just in this video, if they didn't want to face the possibility of a felony, then don't commit crimes where felonies are the possible result of you committing this crime. Here's an even better suggestion. Don't commit crime at all. If you can't afford to go shop in Ulta, then that means you can't afford to shop in Ulta. And it doesn't mean that because the threshold has been lowered from a felony to a misdemeanor that you should feel emboldened to just go out and rob stores because you know that you're just going to get a slap on the wrist. That's why things have gotten out of control like they have. And I, for one, living in the suburbs of Chicago, I can't wait until the state of Illinois and Chicago specifically follow suit. I don't have a ton of confidence that that's going to happen because you have a supermajority of Democrats who control the state of Illinois. And they have the same ideology that when someone goes out there and they commit crime, it's not their fault. People are going out there and they're committing crime because they're poor and because of poverty. And we've got to look the other way. We've got to make these exceptions for them because it's not their fault that they're living in these meager circumstances. I'm going to say this on the record as of this video. I don't care. I am going to defend my household with my wife, my daughter, my mother, and whoever comes into my household. I don't care what color you are. I'm going to defend my household. I'm going to defend my business. And if I have to, whenever I have the opportunity to speak to a lawmaker, I'm going to tell them, make the laws more strict, make the punishment more onerous so it will de-incentivize individuals from going out and committing these crimes. This is one of our last shows of 2024, and I really appreciate everybody who has followed us this year. We've had an explosive amount of growth so far, and we're going to continue to grow the David Seaton Show tribe and community going into 2025. So take a second, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment. I respond to all comments. When you leave a comment, that helps this particular video get picked up by the algorithm and it spreads it to more people, and we want to expand this conversation. Crime is not about race. Prop 36 is not about race. The crime bill that was passed in the 1990s was not about race. These laws were passed about behavior and about creating a sense of law and order and safety for people who do obey the law. If you agree with me, drop a comment. If you think that these laws are racist and that they are purposely attacking and targeting minorities, let me know in the comment section. I will be happy to respond. Everybody, have a great and safe new year, and I'll see you in 2025.